Welcome to this AudioSanskriti video on the monsoon season in the Indian subcontinent. The monsoon is a weather phenomenon that brings intense rainfall to the region and is vital for agriculture, water supply, and overall life in the region. An encyclopedia refers to the monsoon as a seasonal change in the direction of the prevailing or the strongest winds of a region. Monsoons cause wet and dry seasons throughout much of the tropics. While making this YouTube video, we have been largely assisted by Chat GPT, the artificial intelligence. Let us not stay behind in this technology. Let's understand what the monsoon is and how it works. The monsoon refers to a seasonal reversal of wind patterns with warm moist air from the Indian Ocean being drawn towards the landmass, bringing with it heavy rainfall. Coming from the Arabic word mausim, meaning season and referring to a recurring rainy period in the year, monsoons occur when the air pressure over land is low and dry relative to the air pressure over the neighboring ocean. This imbalance causes a direction change in the ocean air currents, and strong rain bearing winds begin blowing towards the land. Most often, monsoons are associated with the countries that are surrounded by the Indian Ocean. The main components that allow for this natural phenomena occur include large landmass, a large body of water, and mountain ranges such as the Himalayas that tend to keep hot air and humidity within. This process starts in June and lasts until September, with the monsoon covering most of the Indian subcontinent, including India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Pakistan. In the recent years, the monsoon season has become more unpredictable due to climate change, leading to the longer dry spells and more intense rainfall. Climate change and the changing monsoon patterns in India, warming oceans, the extension of monsoon season can be attributed to warming of the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. Earlier rainfall during the monsoon season would bring down the temperature of the ocean, but because of global warming, the oceans continue to remain warm even after the traditional monsoon season is over, and warmer oceans help the formation of monsoon winds. Warming atmosphere A warmer atmosphere has greater capacity to hold water. When this water is finally released, it often results in a heavier downpour than would be expected otherwise. The timing and duration of the monsoon varies from region to region, with some areas experiencing earlier or later monsoon onset and different phases of the monsoon bringing different levels of rainfall. Rainfall in India begins with the westerly winds that frequently occur throughout the year almost constantly around the area near the India at the equator. The high sun season comes in late March when it reaches the equator as the wind further moves north. This move takes with it the atmospheric instability, rising and turbulent clouds and rain. Across northern India, the subtropical jet stream towards the west controls the airflow with the surface winds flowing from the northeast after March. During April, the high sun moves northwards. This is the time when the summer season is ongoing in the northern hemisphere. This is also summertime in India, and as gradually time progresses, the country becomes prone to heating as the cool winds from the north, the central lands in the Asian continent, are obstructed by the Himalayan mountain ranges and other highlands. The three areas around which there is a relative increase in temperature of the troposphere are the southern Bay of Bengal, plateau of Tibet, and trunks of various other dry peninsular regions. In May, the drier surface of Tibet absorbs the heat from the radiation of the sun rays, and it is transmitted to the air onto the troposphere above it. Following this, an anticyclonic cell rises 6,000 feet above the surface, which in turn causes the strong east wind flowing in the troposphere over North India. There is a sudden change of the subtropical jet streams of its course to the northern side of the anticyclonic ridge, plus the highlands with brief intervals of southward wind blow. The monsoon is crucial for agriculture as most crops in the region depend on the rainfall. However, heavy rainfall can also lead to floods and landslides, causing damage to crops and infrastructure. It is estimated that India's agricultural sector accounts for only around 14% of country's economy but for 42% of total employment. As around 55% of India's arable land depends on the precipitation, the amount of rainfall during the monsoon season is very important for economic activity. The history of agriculture in India dates back to the Neolithic. India ranks second worldwide in farm outputs. As per the Indian Economic Survey 2018, agricultural employed more than 50% of the Indian workforce, contributed to 17 to 18% of the country's GDP. Vedic literature provides some of the earliest written records of the agriculture in India. Rigveda hymns, for example, describes plowing, fallowing, irrigation, fruit and vegetable cultivation. Other historical evidence suggests rice and cotton were cultivated in the Indus Valley, and plowing patterns from the Bronze Age have been excavated at Kalimbangam in Rajasthan. Some claim Indian agriculture began by 9000 BC as a result of early cultivation of plants and domestication of crops. Settled life soon followed, with implements and techniques being developed for agriculture. Double monsoons led to two harvests being reaped in 1 year. Indian products soon reached trading networks and foreign crops were introduced. Climate change is expected to have significant impact on the monsoon in the coming years, with potential consequences for agriculture, water supply, and overall well-being in the region. To mitigate these impacts, it is essential to take action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to the changing climate. What is the changing monsoon patterns? Monsoon withdrawal begins with the cessation of rainfall activity over northwest India for 5 straight days. An anticyclonic establishing itself in the lower troposphere and marked reduction in moisture contained. Withdrawal starts from the last state where monsoon reaches, which is Rajasthan. Withdrawal season continues from mid-September to almost end of October. It is then replaced by retreating or northeast monsoon in November. The climate change is a real life phenomenon that applies to us and our generations to come. To mitigate this, we must invest in renewable energy, promoting sustainable agriculture, and building resilient infrastructure. The term sustainable agriculture means an integrated system of plant and animal production practices, having thus a site specific application that will, over the long term, satisfy human food and fiber needs, enhance environmental quality and the natural resource base upon which the agriculture economy depends, make the most efficient use of non-renewable resources and on-farm resources, and integrate where appropriate natural biological cycles and controls, sustain the economic viability of farm operations, enhance the quality of life for farmers and society as a whole. What do you mean by renewable energy? Renewable energy is energy derived from natural sources that are replenished at a higher rate than they are consumed. Sunlight and wind, for example, are such sources that are constantly being replenished. Building resilient infrastructure helps us to undertake hazard mitigation projects, reducing the risks they face from disasters and natural hazards. We hope you found this video informative and helpful in understanding the importance of the monsoon in the Indian subcontinent. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more informative content like this. Thank you for watching.